I can smell all of the smoke, all that love and positivity, that shit is a joke. I should dead them all, my heart ski down slopes. When you did piggy bank, everybody wanna see you broke, bro. Me and snakes don't lip lock. I don't think the feet look good on me like flip-flops. I know if I spit it, it belongs in this Ziploc. They know I'ma kill them, all they hearing is tick-tock. Your time is up. Where there's fire, you see the smoke, yeah. I know liars, I seen them fold, yeah. I'm so tired from all these souls, it's done been a good year. My tires don't leave the road, yeah. Are they serious? I seen liars.
I'm Oscar Galindo. I'm here with Omaha Burke, running back slash safety slash athlete slash do-it-all man, Mason Blankenship Jones. Before we kind of get started with anything, I kind of just want to check in with you, Mason. Kind of let us know, where you're at, mentally, physically, kind of how you're sitting.
Right now I'm doing pretty good. Our team's doing pretty good too. I mean, first two games definitely did not go as planned or how we wanted to, but no, it's a first year team, first year head coach. And we're getting better day by day.
Yeah, still going.
I'm happy with where we're going. Obviously 44-0 and 60-13 is not what you want, but like I said, it's a first year team. We're growing each and every day. I'm just right now I'm more confident than I've ever been.
Okay.
Because let's see that first game, we had 4 people who played varsity all year, including me.
Yeah.
And, it was a tough game. But it was a good like stepping stone for a lot of us.
Yeah.
We grew a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So then I kind of just touching on that, like you said, there's 4 players that played varsity, including yourself. So, what do you do as like not just a senior, but as a leader on the team, to make sure, the young guys aren't, just constantly looking at, oh, we got beat, 44-0, we got beat, whatever. And how do you encourage them and be like, that's the past. Like, how do we move forward and keep growing from that?
The good question. Just keeping a positive mindset, really. We've got 5 senior captains right now, and our main goal is to really just keep a positive atmosphere, just full of energy, constantly just pumping people up, and O-line especially, because we kind of got a young O-line, and that's one place where we've really wanted to really pump them up. And then our defense too is just getting excited. Say there's a big hit, just going crazy on the sideline, score a touchdown, going crazy, and just keeping the energy really.
Keeping the energy, staying optimistic. How do you is it hard? How should I word this? I guess one thing I should introduce to everybody that may not know, you suffered an injury last year. How do you, on top of being, all that, the senior leader, making sure everyone's positive, how do you make sure you're also, making sure that you're right, that you're in a good headspace, that you're good? What do you do for yourself, basically?
I don't even really think about it. It was a bad energy, or it was a bad injury.
Mm-hmm.
It stuck for a long time, but it's in the past now. I'm doing everything I can to help prevent it from happening again.
Yeah.
Ice baths every night.
Mm-hmm.
Icing
What was
it.
it again?
Say that again.
What was the injury again?
Torn hamstring.
Torn hamstring. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. What was the rehab on that looking like?
Shoot, it lasted from June to probably week 5 maybe.
Oh,
because it kept tearing and tearing again, and it was tough to deal with, but
and then finally it just gave out.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Up until got to week 5, and then was good. Played week 6, week 7, got to Millard South, played a pretty good game, and ended up breaking my foot in that game.
Oh man.
So
So
it
just
was a rough year.
one hit after another.
Yeah.
So then what's you've already missed 5 games. You come back and you suffer an injury. What's kind of going through your head at that point?
Talking about right now or after the season
At that
ended?
like when that happened.
At first it was tough. That first day, I was really down.
Hmm.
But a lot of the seniors came to me, like Alec Cook, Trey Starks, Devin Jackson. They all kind of surrounded me and helped me just mentally get right and just let me know that I have a whole nother season ahead of me.
Yeah.
Like I did what I could do this season to help them. It's time to focus on myself, focus on recovering and worrying about my senior year.
Yeah. That's one good thing I feel like, having, especially that group, Alec, Devin, they were all, studs, How do you have any words on what it was like playing with them?
Oh my goodness, man.
It looked like a fun group. They look like if they're anything like what they play like, they gotta be some wild dudes, man.
They are wild. That was probably one of the most fun I've ever had playing football was playing with them.
Yeah.
And it was every day at practice too. They would be cracking jokes, but at the same time being serious and getting work in. Like
Hmm.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So then, I guess one thing I kind of wanted to ask you was, one over the off season, uh, one of the big stories, was, a large group of people, and your head and the former head coach at Burke, they kind of all went separate ways. Um, but yourself and then a couple other players, you guys decided to stick it out. What kind of went behind that decision? Just stay at Burke, finish, write it out. What went behind that decision,
Um,
or was it not even a decision?
it wasn't really a decision. So there's about a group of about 6 or 7 of us
Mm,
that came together after we heard the news of Coach Lamonji and Coach Ryan leaving. We came together and we just decided that it's either we step up and we stay, or we don't know. Like we
yeah,
got to step up because we kind of felt right there. We were all Burke had, which as we see now, it's not it. But we felt like we were the future of Burke football, and we had to be the ones to step up, stay, lead the younger classmen.
yeah, yeah. No, that's cool to hear. Because yeah, it was. It seemed like every time I opened up Twitter, it was someone else heading somewhere else. So,
Yeah, it was.
when I saw that you got, yourself, Landon. Landon's another player I like a lot. You guys. It's good that you guys decided to stay and be good leaders towards, for those younger players. Because then even a lot of young players went to like Buena Vista and Westview, correct?
Yeah, there was. I think it was a total of 49 kids who
Oh
transferred.
man, that
It
is
was.
yeah, that is rough. But man, you guys have there's a lot of ball left. You guys still have 7 more games. Um, well, what are you guys doing? Not giving out any secrets or anything. But what are you guys doing to prepare for this week?
This week is. How do I even say this? It is heavily focused on defense
Okay.
and stopping Midwest kind of spread offense
Yeah.
and really opening up the ball, spreading it out, throwing it, getting the ball to our athletes.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Yeah. What do you feel like most comfortable? Because I know like you primarily play running back, but
Um, yeah.
from what I've seen is you're also a really good catcher. Like you're also really got good hands. Is there like a position you like lean more towards, or are you just like kind of just an all around athlete? That label.
Kind of they say it's like a Christian McCaffrey position.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll play running back, and then every once in a while they'll move me out to the slot, run some routes, and I'd say my best position, like personally,
Hmm.
would be receiver, but my best position to help the team, I feel like, is at running back.
Okay. So, and like if a college coach came up to you and they were offering you for a receiver, would you find any like not issue, but like would that kind of be hard for you, or do you feel like you would be able to do so pretty quickly?
I'd be able to-
Yeah. Nice. What kind of work do you do in the off season to like train?
Shoot, everything.
Yeah.
Uh, Weight room 5 days a week. Uh, Sprint work, running hills. Heavy on the ladder, the footwork ladder.
Okay. Yeah.
That's one thing that I take pride in is the footwork ladder. Me and
Oh
my
yeah.
step
You
almost
rock
every
that or what?
step. What?
You rock the footwork ladder or what?
Yes, sir. That's my
Okay.
thing to do. And
Yeah.
then just drills, really.
So, and, uh, was there any like tweaks you had to do this off season compared to like previous off seasons because of the injury or anything?
Um, Not really. I'd say this offseason was more focused on speed work
Okay.
than strength
Hmm.
because I feel like last year was probably the biggest I've ever been in my life. I was at 205,
Yeah. Yeah. You're.
and this year was kind of focused on kind of leaning out and just getting my feet back under me with the injury
Yeah.
and just getting.
Okay. And you mentioned the weight room a little bit. Does it get pretty competitive up in the Burke weight room?
It gets wild.
Who's
It's
pushing the most weight on the team?
the most weight on the team. Ooh,
Who's
I,
the freak?
mm, I'd probably say Michael McGovern.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that. He's a strong dude.
yeah.
Plays what is he, center?
Yeah, him. He's our center, and then Amar Scott. Amar
Mark.
Scott is a beast.
Okay. Oh yeah. If they watch this, hopefully they enjoy they like the little shout out there you gave them. Amar and Michael, you guys moving hella pounds, man. Bunch of weight. Well,
Sure.
what are your numbers looking like?
Let's see. Bench is probably 285,
Ooh, nice.
and squat. It's kind of went down a little bit. It was like 435, 445 last year, and it's closer to around 405, 415 this year.
And is that like going down like you're doing that as a precaution almost, or is it like you just
Yeah. And then like I said, it was more of like a speed focused kind of off season
yeah.
instead of strength. But still, I feel like I'm the most explosive I feel like I've ever been now. And I don't know, I feel just from that speed work and stuff.
I guess we talked about ball or Burke ball there a little bit. Let's talk about you mentioned yesterday you were at the Huskers. How was that visit?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Yeah.
How was the
Like,
atmosphere there?
say that again.
How was the atmosphere?
Oh, it was crazy. It
Yeah.
was fans going crazy everywhere.
Did it get a little rough there during the whole tied up part, 17-7 part?
Um, maybe for like a couple minutes, but it
Oh,
wasn't nothing crazy.
yeah,
They
'cause
were still screaming and shouting.
yeah.
Like,
Nice. Well, what other visits have you been on?
I've been to South Dakota State, Minnesota State, Kearney, Marshall,
Oh,
let's
nice.
see, St. Thomas, um, what else is there? North Dakota, South Dakota, pretty much all the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Farthest I've gone is Marshall, like I said, and I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Wayne State.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Since you kind of mentioned that was Marshall was the first, how was that? Did you guys drive down there? You fly down there?
we drove. It was
Drove?
a long drive. Yeah,
That's because that's in West Virginia, ain't it?
yeah.
How long was that drive?
Ooh, shoot. I don't even remember. It might have been like 13 or 12 or something.
Oh,
It was a long time. I
yeah.
remember that.
Is there at least more to look at than driving from one side of Nebraska to the other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There were
Good.
mountains everywhere.
Good. I haven't
Tree.
been out east a whole lot, or I haven't been out east at all. Now I think about it, besides Boston, but yeah, I'm hoping there was at least some scenery there for you to see.
Yeah, there was.
How was the camp itself?
Um, I felt like I did a pretty good job. I liked the camp. It started with a lot of indoor stuff like footwork, bag drills, And then after that, we divided into our like individual skill positions.
Mhm.
And so my group, I went with the wide receivers, and then we went outside and started running routes and doing wide receiver drills.
Okay. Any other visits that have stood out to you so far, or schools that have stood out to you?
Um, I really like Minnesota State.
Hmm.
I thought that one was pretty cool. Um, Obviously Nebraska was super nice,
Yeah.
and I really liked Marshall a lot too.
Hmm.
Super nice.
And you have the Minnesota State offer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. They're a powerhouse.
Hmm.
They're pretty good. Are you kind of like open to like moving, traveling, like as far as going to schools, or are you kind of like hoping to stay close, or what's the deal there?
Anywhere.
Anywhere?
My mom already said she's following me wherever I go.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
yeah,
So you have um from what I have on my notes, you have Wayne State, Minnesota State, and then Grinnell College as well for offers.
yeah.
Okay. What have you kind of been hearing from like coaches, from other schools so far?
Let's see. As in like South Dakota State and other schools, or the ones that I already have offers from?
I guess just from like what have you heard from like the schools that you offered from? Like what are they looking at playing you? And then if you want to go into like schools that haven't offered yet, and what's kind of if there's anything holding them back from doing so far, or are they waiting on tape, or
Yeah, that's what a majority of them all like the bigger schools. They want to see a little bit more film to really evaluate everything.
yeah,
And as far as position, it's kind of 50-50.
okay,
Like some of them like me at wide receiver slash running back, and others like me at DB slash outside backer.
hmm, okay. Yeah, and you mentioned already you really don't have a preference, but do you have like a preference between offense or defense?
Ah, that's tough.
And one you
I
score
really,
touchdowns, other one you get to knock people out,
yeah.
but not knock people out because that's not safe. Of course, we practice safety, we practice all that, right?
Yeah,
Tackling, we're not knocking people out, but we are putting them on their butts.
sir.
Yeah, but which so do you have a preference?
Um, it kind of just depends on the school and the fit.
Hmm.
Like, let's say like Minnesota State, the way they play their safeties and use their safeties, I really like that.
Okay.
But like Carney, like the way they use their running back and their slot receiver, I really like that too. So
Yeah.
it just depends on the school.
Okay. Nice. Wait, which school has kind of been making the biggest push so far?
Um, I'd say Wayne State, Minnesota State, and probably I think they're all tied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all about the same.
That's good. That's good. Besides football, I guess one thing I wanted to kind of get into is, eventually, you're gonna have your last day of football. Every player will at some point. Have you kind of given it a thought, like being now that you're a senior, given a thought, what it is that you would like to do, when your playing days are over, hopefully after 15-year Hall of Fame career, have you given that thought?
No,
No?
and no, I don't even want to think about that yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And it is a tough thing to think about, and it is a tough thing to ask. 'Cause like I said, obviously you hope for every player you talk to be an all pro eventually, but
yeah.
even the all pros eventually have to hang the cleats up. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, well, any interest outside of football?
Um, let's see. I really like animals, like zoology
Okay.
or marine biology. I really like. If it's not animals or zoology, I'd kind of want to stay in sports. So
Okay.
like sports therapist, like physical therapist, or maybe even a coach or something.
Yeah.
Just of that nature.
There's a lot of stuff in sports. It feels like everything. There's always something new coming up.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Marine. What kind of draws you towards animals? Any animals in specific?
Just all of them. Since I was little, I've always liked watching Animal Planet. That's been my
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
So just all of them, really.
Yeah. So if they looked in your recently watched on Netflix, it'd all be just Planet Earth, 1, 2, and nice.
Be that Stranger Things.
That and Stranger Things, yo. What'd you think of last season? What'd you think of the show so far?
It's crazy, man. I can't wait to watch the new season.
It's wild, man. I hate cliffhangers, man. I can't do it.
They
Like,
said 2024 too. Man.
can't. That's a whole. We're in 2022. Like
Or
that's a whole nother year.
might be 2023.
No, it's
Either
not.
way,
It's not. It's not coming out to 24.
it is still that's a long time.
Man, dude, it just came out. Like you need to. I think my theory is if you're gonna release that show, as much as I don't like the one episode a week, you kind of have to do that because I'm gonna watch it all the same day.
Yeah.
um, yeah, but yeah, that's cool though. You like, you know, marine biology and all that kind of stuff. You big fan of Henry Dorley then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been there quite a bit.
I tried getting with the Zoo Academy, but it kind of interfered with football and stuff. So
Yeah. One thing I kind of asked in the last episode, I'll kind of ask you just to kind of see what your answer is. But do you have a moment or a game or a play or a person that happened on the field or that happened in which when it happened you realized football was your love or like that was your sport? Do you have any moment like that? Like a nice touchdown or something?
probably yes. There's a game. It's a wrong call. It was with the St. Wentz, the Knights. I think it was either 7th or 8th grade year, where it was probably one of the best games I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I really right there that football is my sport.
Did you go off or what?
Yeah, stiff
What?
arm it was fun.
You're just bullying them out there?
Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, I just like asking that just to kind of hear, like what it is. Everyone has their separate moment of, what made them fall in love with the game. So, it's nice. It's always usually a game where they end up bullying a bunch of other kids. So, um, another question for you. So if I was a coach, and I was asking if I was sitting in front of you right now, and I asked you, why do I need you on my football team? What would be your answer to that?
versatility. I can play almost everywhere on the field except for linemen.
Okay.
Whether it's running back, whether it's receiver, whether it's safety or outside backer, I feel like I have the skill sets to play at each and every one of those positions.
Mhm.
And I feel like my footwork, like I said, I take pride in the footwork ladder. I feel like my footwork is one of the best, and my explosiveness.
Mhm. Okay. Anything you would attribute off the field?
Yes, 4.0 GPA.
4.0
I take pride in that. My mom, she doesn't accept anything less than that.
Nice. That's good. That'll go really far too. Coaches. I feel like coaches really like that as well because they'll know you won't be an issue come game time about what your grades are, or you won't hear teachers complaining about you and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Did I ask you? Do you have upcoming visits?
Not scheduled yet.
Not scheduled yet.
I'm waiting to see how the season goes to really start scheduling stuff.
Okay. Any game day invites and all that kind of stuff? Still waiting on.
Yeah, I just went to the one to Nebraska last Saturday. I think I have one or a couple upcoming with Minnesota State. I think maybe South Dakota State has reached out. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it, but Minnesota State for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. So as far as my notes here, I think we've kind of touched on everything. Are there any questions or anything you want to put out there? In terms of what to look out for. for yourself, Burke, anything like that?
Man, don't sleep on Burke, man. We're on the ride. It's been a rough start to the season, but we're gonna turn things around. I have faith in what we have going right now. It's a lot of mental mistakes that we did to our own selves that we have to clean up, and once we do that, we'll be pretty solid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, schedule making there doesn't help.
Yeah. Tough to schedule.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta play who you're scheduled to play. So, all right. And then I guess my last question, not really a question, but one thing I'm trying to accomplish here with this podcast is helping coaches, people look into the the player side, but also the person side, the personal side. And one thing I think as people we don't really do a whole lot is thank those that have helped us along the way. So this is kind of your time. If you have anyone, your coaches, parents, anybody you want to thank so far, this is your opportunity to do so.
Sure, there's a list. I mean, first off, I want to thank God. He's the reason I do anything and everything I do. My mom, my stepdad, Mike, Coach Fant, Coach Pridey, Coach Uncle Cece, Coach Childs, my Uncle Steve, and Coach Pav, everyone, man. There's a long list. It goes on. But those are kind of the main guys right there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, I like I said, I like to give that opportunity just because, even myself, sometimes you just don't say it a whole lot. So, being able to give out those props and give out those things, I feel like helps out a bit. So, I appreciate you so much for your time. I don't really have a whole lot. I don't really have anything else, from what I've seen, from what I've heard from this conversation. Seemed like a really stand-up guy, hard worker, just willing to ball, so I wish you the best. I wish Burke the best. I'm definitely not sleeping on y'all. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on here, and hopefully this will be out in the next couple of days.
Appreciate you as well, man. Thank you.
No problem, dude. All right. Have a good one, bro.
I seen liars that testified on their oath, I hear. Rappers not living out what they wrote, my peers. Ought to be studying, taking notes. How you hate me to the core when I keep your ass afloat. I put pressure on their pencils. They look at my life and draw the stencil. One move I can rearrange your mental. I am so unstable.